What's up, everybody? So James and I will be talking about UFC 320, Bare Knuckle, Team YAMATODAMASHI's updates, and the Smashing Machine. I haven't seen it. James has, so we're going to talk about it. All right, everyone, check it out.
1978とある田舎町で生まれて移り住んだ新宿で育ちこの町で起きたこれまでの俺たちのここまでの生い立ちはほんのまた序の口試されたいちいち正してきた過ち騙し合いやからしないはスニッチの始まり放課後の登山所児童館にホームアローンそんな時間はほったらかして向かったとある場所
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the YAMATODAMASHI podcast. Enson,
What's up?
How are you?
Good, very good. Living it day by day, training fighters, trying to get myself moving, and take care of the doggies and everything else. So everything's going good.
Good. It's been a busy weekend in the world of combat sports. We had UFC over this past weekend. There was bare knuckle championships as well, and of course the release of the Smashing Machine. So we're going to cover some of those topics, talk about what an interesting weekend it was. Why don't we start with UFC first, because we have a new light heavyweight champion in Alex Pereira.
Yeah, new but not new. Yeah.
New but not new. Yeah.
Yeah. I just didn't feel like he ever lost it. I don't know. It's so weird. Just Ankalaev just didn't. He didn't have that that champion shine.
Yeah. Pereira's got the star power, right? He looks awesome. And he obviously goes all around the world and does all these viral videos, and everyone knows Chama, which is pretty cool.
Chama, yeah.
His coach is always going to Japan. I don't know if you've ever met him before. The big guy, I forget his name. What's his name?
No, I never did actually.
Yeah, I saw he was training with Ryzen fighter Edapolo King. He actually brought him to Dana White as well. So
yeah. I don't know if Edapolo's ready for the UFC though.
It's a bit early, right? A bit early in the career.
Yeah, I think it's a bit early for Edapolo, but his ground is suspect. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if he gets a chance, I would think it'd probably be in the contenders. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that route in.
That'd be interesting, though.
Indeed. But we digress. Well, what did you make of Alex Pereira's performance in that fight? Pretty flawless.
Unreal. Right? I think that's how he I don't know. He said he was only like 40% or something, but I almost feel like it's more than that. I think he was a little hesitant and was a little bit of couldn't let his hands go on the first fight. But it seems like this fight, he was just gonna do his thing, And you could tell from the very beginning, it was like, whoa, he's like, it's a different Alex Pereira. Like, I mean, I felt it was like, wow, he's just gonna take those chances now. And man, it was like a whole different story.
Yeah. I can't remember an occasion where a champion just walked down. No, it wasn't even a champion, was it? A challenger walked down the champion like that, like where they just walked in and just smashed him. Like
it was almost like an inferior sparring partner came to spar and help spar with the numerous sparring partners you have at the gym.
Yeah. It definitely made people ask about the first fight and believe what he was saying about how he was not in a good space health wise. So
yeah, I saw Whitaker's. He did like a post on it saying that he heard that he wasn't all 100%, and he was like, yeah, now I believe him. He was saying.
Yeah, definitely. like after that performance, it's like now it makes sense. And then we also had one of Pereira's greatest rivals, right? Jiri Prochazka. Fight with the Khalil Roundtree fight. What a fight that was. What was your thoughts on that fight?
Well, I thought just playing technique with technique. I think Roundtree was more how do you say it? Like he was more he had more weapons, he was more sturdy, he had a very good basic game going, and that crazy hooks she was throwing. Like, man, you get hit with one of those, it's lights out.
Mm.
So I felt like because of that, the scare of the power, I think Jiri couldn't really get his timing going. He was very unstable in the power range, and I think I guess he felt he was down 2 rounds, which he was.
Yeah.
I feel he just went and said, "Okay, let's create some chaos," and that's where he shines because
Yeah.
his style is just so unorthodox, and if he just his stamina is crazy, and if he just goes for it like that, I don't know if there's many people that can actually figure it out in enough time because you definitely can't train for that style.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what I found most impressive was, like you say, he switched it up in round 3, and there's not a lot of time in that third round. Like, he'd been doing a bit of work, like with some body shots and this and that, but he really like brought the chaos in round 3, and the fact that he actually managed to get the finish and the knockout was crazy. It was like
It was
face
kind of
plant
like whoa,
knockout.
whoa, whoa! Like, what just happened?
Yeah, yeah, it was such a good fight. Um,
Yeah.
and then you see when Pereira wins, his reaction where he's like, "Yeah," like, it just feels like destiny for a trilogy fight. Like, I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
It's funny because in the UFC we do get those moments, right? Like sometimes where you get a fight and the stars align and it seems like, oh, we're gonna get it. And like, what if he win? Like, oh, I'd love to see that fight again. Just I know he's lost twice, pretty decisively, right?
But he's earning his way back by beating all these guys.
Yeah, 2 big
I
wins,
mean,
right?
he took care of Roundtree faster than Alex could.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
says a
yeah,
lot. So
yeah. It does, yeah. And then he had the win, the other win against Jamal Hill.
yeah.
Um, And now it's just him and the New Zealander. Is it Olberg? Carlos Olberg? Um,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. He knocked out Dominic Reyes and he looked really good.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
whether they do that fight like Jiri and him, and then who fights Pereira. But they're talking about
Yeah.
Alex Pereira moving up to heavyweight. How do you feel about that?
I think there's a lot of work to do in the light heavy yet. Yeah. He still has Jerry. He has the New Zealand guy. He has. I think I almost would want him to clear out the division a little more.
Yeah, especially when he just won his title back, right? Um,
Yeah.
I think the thing that people were saying is with John Jones saying he wants to come back and fight on this Whitehouse card. It's like, is that the fight you do, or do you? I don't know. Do you do Aspinall or
Well,
like?
Dana doesn't seem like he wants to. Yeah.
Yeah, there's that as well.
I can't say I don't blame him though, because
Kind of messed him
I
around.
mean, how many times has John Jones got put out of a fight last minute?
Mm,
If it's at picograms of some illegal substance, or if he gets into some type of like he did the last time, he got into trouble with the law,
mhm,
and I think that's why he actually quote unquote retired.
mhm.
So yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know why the Whitehouse card is such a big deal, but that's because it's such a big deal. Is that some type of fighter you want to book on such a big deal fight?
I don't know. That card seems to be getting a lot of press because apparently it's going to be on Trump's birthday, as well as it being the 250th anniversary of the United States. So it
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah,
so
so
it's like it's gonna get huge press around the world.
would
That's
you have
for
to
sure.
would they have to have Americans win though?
That's the
They need
thing, right? It's like
Americans that win.
you,
Yeah.
you, who's your American champion on that card? Is there an American champion right now? Let's work it out. Tom
well,
Aspinall, British. Alex
well,
Pereira, Brazilian.
Marab's American.
Rabs
I
is
heard his name
Georgian
is
as they
Merab
get.
Smith now.
Who else? So who's welterweight champ?
American
Jack
champion.
Madalena's Australian. Middleweight is um Chimaev.
Oh,
Anyone?
Kayla Harrison.
Kayla Harrison. That's probably quite a good shout. Yeah. Maybe she'll be
Kayla
the American.
Harrison and Amanda Nunes.
Amanda Nunes, yeah. Flyweight, you got Pantoja.
Well, does that make sense if America loses to Brazil on the Independence or that Independence Day?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. We'll see. Maybe they'll just go by and just put a good card. But you know that the person they want on it is Conor McGregor, right? That's well,
Yeah, I hear that there's talk about that too. Yeah,
yeah. But they're
but
talking. I think they're
does
talking
he?
about.
If Conor does fight, I mean, he's got to fight Chandler. Poor Chandler, man.
I think that's what they're saying, though. I think they say they will finally do that fight at the White House.
Okay, okay.
Which probably makes sense where both guys are in their career, right? Like,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
yeah,
And so that might be a good comeback fight for Conor. Yeah.
maybe. Although yeah, he seems pretty past it at this point. Seems like he's losing his
Yeah.
mind every week. So I don't know. So he's gonna take a break from social media. That's the latest. So we'll see how long that lasts.
Oh yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
What did you make of the Bantam Championship fight between Merab and Corey Sandhagen?
Wow, my Merab looks so much relentless pressure. His takedowns is unbelievable because Sandhagen's a dangerous, tough guy, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he actually, I thought he rocked Merab at one time in the fight, and he was just dangerous through the whole fight. From beginning to end, it was like, okay, Sandhagen was still had a one punch away from it, It seemed to me. And I didn't really know Sandhagen was that good, But yeah, that was impressive, man.
Yeah, it is, man. Merab just seems unstoppable at this point. Like the stuff that he's doing sort of inside the octagon and outside of it, it's just crazy. The guy's just relentless, man. He's just
Yeah.
doing so.
We gotta I just hope he doesn't like get critically hurt outside the ring.
Yeah, right. Definitely. Did you have any other thoughts on anything else that happened on UFC 320? We covered like the big fight.
Puna won, man. Puna did good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Puna Soriano.
Was he on the prelims?
Yes, he was. He did really good, man.
Yeah, I didn't catch the prelims.
And
It was a good fight.
it was funny. It was kind of cool because he did good, but he wasn't happy with his performance. I think because he got real tired at the end of the fight. I want to give a shout out to him, and also I had one of the persons who trains at a Purebred Guam, Brogan Walker. She lost to Hardy. Sorry, she lost to Hardy, and I thought that she made a lot of improvements. Her punching, her standing looked a little more dangerous. She had good takedowns towards the end. And when she got on top, she actually did a lot of damage to Hardy. So I thought she did good, but I think the striking, Hardy was just a little too strong. And when she ended up on the bottom, she didn't really have much of an answer for any offense on her back. But I think she did good. I think she showed a lot of improvements. I think that's her second or third loss. So I hope she still stays in the UFC. Hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell these days because sometimes they'll cut fighters that haven't even lost, and then sometimes they'll keep fighters around for quite a few. So you never know. See what happens.
Yeah.
And how's things going with the team, right? So we did the podcast last on Koichi, and we talked about his fight, but I haven't talked to you since. So you had Sattari and Minoru fight in the recent K1 card.
That was actually before Koichi.
Yeah, that was before Koichi, but I don't think we've discussed it. So tell the guys about those fights and how they went.
Yeah, Sattari fought in K1. He fought a Japanese guy named Yamaguchi, karate champion. And yeah, he did really well. I thought because he's been out for a while. I just felt that he was a little too excited. He might have burnt a little bit too much energy, but he seemed fine. I thought he was getting hit with a lot of the calf kicks, but there was no damage, so he did really well. I ended up knocking the guy out, so that was a real good, comeback for him after the loss from Tarzan. And we're looking at him fighting again on November 15th, and we got an opponent for him. hasn't been announced yet. So look forward to Sattari being up next since November 15th.
Great.
And Minoru, he did really good.
And he's in the
And
tournament.
he's at the but
He's got a tough fight
I don't know
next.
if it's out as far as in the media, but maybe it'll be somebody. I don't. Not many Japanese watch this channel, so. But yeah, he has a broken hand,
Ooh.
so pretty much it's even if it heals before the fight day, he's not going to have enough time to train. So we're thinking that he's not going to be fighting in the tournament.
Okay.
Yeah,
Breaking news.
so
There you go.
that's a bummer. But he did really good in his fight. It would have been interesting because he was going to fight last year's tournament champion.
Yeah.
It's a guy who beat Bakao, which Kimura lost to.
Mhm.
So that would have been a real challenging fight for him. So hopefully, we can get that back later on. I think that's still a fighter that he should fight one day to, for his legacy, for him to move up in in his reputation. So that's a fighter here. I think he should be able to beat. So yeah, so that and what else? We talked about Koichi already.
Talked about Koichi, but then you had Mekka fighting Breaking Down.
Yeah, Mekka fought him breaking down, and
Really
he
exciting.
fought a guy in Todorosuke, which is definitely levels above Mekka in all aspects. But only thing Mekka had above him was he had the weapons where he could put him out. But if anything, if Mekka had anything above Todorosuke or stronger than Todorosuke, would be his conditioning and his grit. His Yamatodamashi, and that's pretty much how he won. He got dropped real early. I mean, we got lucky on that one because he actually was moving in so fast that when Todorosuke hit him with the punch, he pretty much hit him with his forearm. And we're lucky it didn't hit the fist, because if the fist hit him, I don't know if Mekka would have got up. So
Yeah.
I mean, you could see his both hands kind of just drop. So he lost consciousness on the way down, woke up on, and because he has so good stamina, he woke up on the way down. And he shot for a single. It was like what he was been training. He's been training his tackles, so
Mhm.
a lot of his training. He's been working really hard, and He's coming to play. And I think he just outgritted Todorosuke. Todorosuke was broken. He started getting tired, and he just couldn't continue. So, hats off to Mekka, man. That was a freaking awesome win, man.
Yeah, the fight's on YouTube and it's got like nearly 2 million views. So
Yeah,
pretty,
yeah. I think
pretty
he had
impressive.
the fight of the night, and I mean the knockout of the night, and the fight of the night. I think.
And where does his career stand? Is he gonna stick about in Breaking Down, do you think?
Um, yeah, well, that's where he made his name, and that's where he's probably always going to fight. But yeah, I wanna move him up into bigger venues, like if you know, Rising possibly, but I don't. For him to actually get his level to Rising, I think he needs more time. He needs at least another year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, I could see Rising also grabbing him because he's so popular and he's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it would have to be we would have to be real careful on the opponent we choose and the rule set that we choose.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I mean, if you're gonna fight, Toronosuke in Rising rules, MMA rules, with gloves on, I don't know if he'll shine. I mean, he wants to fight Ashizawa, I think, Numazu,
okay.
the K1 guy,
Mhm.
Catfish they call him, yeah.
Oh, he wants to fight
So
Catfish. Wow.
yeah, he wants to fight Catfish, and I mean I think that's a good. I mean, Catfish is a lot technically way better than him,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean bare knuckle, and if it's a fight and he can rush at him, and he has a chance.
Is that something being discussed? Like, is that just something opponent he wants, or is that actually like there's a
He
potential
just
that could
he
happen?
just called him out after the fight, and it's
Ooh.
definitely in um Catfish's ears. I don't think he'll go to breaking down, so that might be Mecca's way to get into Rising.
Ooh, wow.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's borderline that I don't know if Rising's gonna.
Mm,
Mecca's level isn't Rising level, yeah.
mm,
His popularity is definitely okay. His style, the exciting style, is definitely something Rising would want, but his level is something that, I mean, yeah, fight Ashizawa, he might do good in that rule set and that 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 because Catfish will probably brawl with him too.
yeah,
But
yeah,
after that, where does he go? When he becomes a Rising fighter, where does he go after that? The
yeah.
level is just too high.
It's a difficulty, right? And like loads of people have found that out as well, right? Where they brought breaking down fighters over as well in the past, and doesn't always go as swimmingly. But that'd
Yeah,
be a
so
really exciting fight, though. Catfish versus
yeah,
Mecca
it
would,
would be yeah, would be
yeah.
exciting. Yeah, maybe if anything, maybe it's a one and done
Mhm.
fight, Catfish and Rising, and come back to Breaking Down. I don't know. We'll see. We're pretty much going with the flow and see what happens.
Interesting. Sounds good. And then you got Boo fighting in Power Slap, right?
Power Slap, thanks to Dana. Yep, we got
Yeah.
Boo and Power Slap. It's in Saudi Arabia on October 31st. We're doing a lot of training. I've been looking up a lot of types of training, and we're doing a lot of the hip torque, powering up, and yeah, I think I feel like his stop is getting more powerful. He's getting better. So we still got about another 3 weeks, I think,
Mhm.
and damn, it's actually happening. He's already got his visa.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
Saudi
got his
Arabia, right?
ring song in. He's got all his shoes, shirts, hoodie, pants sizes out to them. So he's gonna get a whole set of slap equipment.
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah. Because they put them in the gear that they wear, right? It's not
And he'll
like
get a slap bag and he'll get all the gear in there. And the last thing we're waiting for now is them to purchase and send his ticket. So whew,
that's gonna
it's
be
gonna happen.
it's gonna be a funny sight, right? Because Boo is like sort of street thug. Like he looks like something out of I don't know a Yakuza video game. Like the,
Or like he looks like someone out of a cartoon, man. And the way he
yeah,
acts is like a cartoon character. So I think his character will be interesting. I think the Power Slap hasn't seen someone like him.
hmm
And it's going to be a matter of if he can take those the big foreign guy slaps, and if
yeah.
his slap can actually rock these guys. So we'll see, man. I mean,
Well, and is it
I wouldn't
just
want to take his slap, let's put it that way.
it's just Mecca going out with him, right? You say?
No, Mecca can't make it now. So Boo's got
Who-
a well, it's good because he got an interpreter from Japan that's going to go up too. So,
Okay.
and Boo's a guy that can hang out alone. So
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
have went up with him if I could travel, but I can't travel, so he's gonna have to solo it and be
yeah.
go up with the translator. So he won't be alone. So he'll have the
Okay.
translator with him.
Yeah. Still, man, rough.
Oh, we
But
didn't talk about bare knuckle.
yeah, did you? So have you? How much of the show have you watched? Have you seen all the whole show?
I saw the women's one and the women's title match, and I saw Perry and Steffens, I think it was.
Steve, yeah, Jeremy Stevens.
Jeremy
Who the fuck is
Stevens.
that
Yeah, I
guy?
saw those two. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the
Um,
women's one, I thought the champion was a lot better, but she just got caught with that punch
mm,
that just totally like compound
that
fractured her nose, man. That was
was
brutal.
that was one of the
Wow.
most. Oh man, I tell you what, those bare knuckle shows are so fun to watch. They're just such an easy watch, and the fights are so easy. But sometimes it is graphic, man. Like the way that punch connected on the nose, I was like, because you almost see her reaction of like it's almost shock as well of like something just disfigured my face, like which
Yeah, and you could hear it on. I heard in the arena it was even louder, but you could hear it on the pay per
broadcast.
view or the TV,
Yeah,
like that pop.
yeah.
I,
So,
I wonder
so
what it's like, man. Her nose,
and what did you make of the Jeremy Stevens Mike Perry fight?
man. Um, Perry is just exactly what he's named, the king of violence, man. He's just so tough
Yeah,
and so aggressive. I mean, whew, he got caught in the first 20 seconds and got wobbled.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that didn't make him put up his guard. That didn't make him stop coming forward. And he just came up and just grinded and grinded and grinded and just pretty much broke it Jeremy Stevens, yeah.
Their product is just so exciting at the minute. It's like I love the fact they'll bring in like older fight, like they brought in Jimmy Rivera. And he kind of just it was supposed to be Jimmy Rivera versus Frankie Edgar, but they just keep bringing in these names, and it's exciting. They have like a mix of like people, some people from boxing, some people from MMA,
Yeah.
and then the people that are just homegrown stars, and they're putting on really exciting events. Like they're such easy to follow. So it's something that hasn't always been on my radar, but I'm gonna try and make it a point now to watch all the big
Yeah.
shows.
I only watch it when I see like names in there, like Jeremy
Yeah,
Stevens and Mike Perry, like that. Yeah.
yeah. I've just been thinking maybe it's worth just trying to keep up to date with all of it because it seems like a really
Yeah.
good product when you're watching it, and the
It
fights
is.
are
It is. I think it
always
is.
exciting. Is it something you would do back in the day?
Probably.
Yeah,
Definitely something I'd be interested in doing.
yeah. I could see you doing that because would you fight in the UFC? It was Brett. Was it
Was
Brett?
there? Yeah, I did. I chose to wear no gloves. That was a UFC 13 was the last UFC that you had the option to wear gloves or not wear gloves, and I didn't. I chose not to wear gloves.
That's
So
it.
I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
want to fight bare knuckle.
I remember now we talked about years ago when we talked about the Royce Alger fight. So check that out if you guys
Yeah.
have never watched that. Speaking of going back in time and the old days of the UFC, a big theatrical release came out this weekend in the Smashing Machine. And you've not seen the film, right?
No, I haven't seen it. It's not. I don't know. I don't know if it's in Japan yet. I got it. Probably not in Japan yet. Yeah.
Oh, it's not released in Japan. Okay.
No, not yet. Japan's always a little later. But did you?
Yeah.
You went and saw it? Yeah.
So I went and saw it. Yeah. So I've got some opinions on it. You've seen the documentary though, right? And we've talked about the
Smashing Machine. Yes, I've seen the
yeah,
documentary.
yeah, yeah. So I don't think it's as good as the documentary. I
Oh,
think
really?
yeah, I think the documentary does a really good job of like capturing that moment in time of, you know, where Mark Kerr was in his career and his personal life, but also the Pride Grand Prix, like how it felt like such a big deal, you know, that first open weight tournament. And whilst I felt like The Rock's performance was amazing, I think he really
Uh,
did a really good job as Mark Kerr.
you said he
And
became Mark Kerr, yeah?
yeah, yeah, I felt like he did because do you know what? Actually, I digress, but there was like a really funny moment where I'm watching it in the cinema, and then if you remember, Mark Kerr shaves his head, right?
Yeah.
And there's this moment where he like comes over to Emily Blunt with his like that. He's now his new haircut, right? He shaved his head. And I was like, oh wow, he looks like The Rock there. And I was like, wait a minute, it is The Rock. You know, like, because he did that good of a job.
Wow.
Where
So
I was,
he actually brought you in to really believe that that was Mark Kerr you were watching.
yeah, you kind of you got into the character, and it almost took me out of it when I saw him. I think the beginning, some of the scenes, I was almost like you could see he's kind of warming up to the role. But then, like later on in the film, he did a really good job, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets nominated for an Oscar.
That's
Um,
incredible.
and Emily Blunt is really, really good in it as well. Acting as his wife Dawn. So that the performances were really good. But my big issues I think with it was it just didn't capture the scale of it. Pride, like when they showed the clips of Pride, like they'd done a good job like capturing like the ring and how the ring looked, but you didn't feel like the scale of like this is in the Tokyo Dome. This is
Oh,
the
that's
first
right.
time of like
That,
it,
that's unfortunate. I would think Hollywood could easily do that.
yeah, which was especially they spent like 50 million on it or something. So I was a bit shocked at that. The casting as well of like some of the other fighters. So we'll come on
Mark
you in a
Coleman.
second. But like Fujita will look nothing like Fujita. Who is the other one that stuck out like a sore thumb?
Ryan Bader and Mark Coleman. All you're gonna see is Ryan Bader, right?
Ryan Bader basically played Ryan Bader. It was weird because he did in some elements I thought he did a good job, but in others I was a bit like he feels like Ryan Bader. Maybe it was just too much of knowing Ryan Bader's career and
Yeah, I think
kind
the
of
average the MMA fan who knows MMA really well,
yeah.
I don't see how you could see anybody but Ryan Bader in that. I haven't seen it, but I don't care what.
Yeah.
Ryan Bader's Ryan Bader, man. You can't have like. Couldn't they find someone else to act Ryan Bader? Like for me, they found Ishii, so it
Yeah.
wasn't like they found some Japanese fighter like Okami to play me. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh, all we see is Okami. You know?
Yeah. It was. Yeah. I don't know. He didn't really click for me. And then the other one I was thinking of was Richard Moraes. So you remember this huge Brazilian guy that Mark Coleman fights? He's like super tall and he's bold. The guy they picked for him was something else. There was another one as well. The guy they picked for Saki Kabara wasn't too bad. He looked a bit like him. But there was a couple of
Oh,
others, like Coleman fighting Satake, the karate guy. He didn't
yeah.
quite look quite right. There was another one. It was anytime they had like fighters who they were fighting, it just looked weird. Like they didn't have the size of them. Because the thing I always remember about Pride, it was giants, these huge guys, and it just did not feel like that. Mark Kerr looked huge. And I almost think like, did they do that deliberately to make Mark look big? But but
Maybe, yeah.
but part of the thing about the whole Smashing Machine was like Mark was this huge roided up guy, but he was also beating these like huge guys as well. So they didn't really like capture it. But coming on to your portrayal, right? Which was weird watching it in the cinema thinking this is supposed to be Enson. So you, your part in it is pretty small. And the one thing I remember is in the documentary, they kind of tried to make you look like scary as hell. like because I remember the documentary, I think they showed the clip of you yelling about the reporter. I think so. I think
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. And
They made it sound like I was yelling about Mark Kerr.
yeah. And then but they didn't do that in the film. They showed you initially at the press conference. And you just kind of like there, like I don't know.
Blah.
Yeah. And it was to the point where I'm like, oh shit, that's supposed to be answer. Um, and then I think the other thing, and I was telling the missus this as well, is that like Ishii's got a little bit of a baby face. like, whereas at that time, like you look like you were there to fuck people up, right? like so,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
it didn't quite translate. Like when you see you in the documentary, there's like this, oh shit,
You see
Mark
you
Kerr's gonna
like
fight Enson. And then you've got like Baz Rutten saying Mark Kerr's gonna fight Enson. Enson's really good. And you're kind of in the documentary, you're like, oh whoa, this is gonna be like, how does this fight go? Whereas that didn't really exist in this. They didn't like build you up. And then the thing that really got me thinking was when they show the fight of you and Mark Kerr, they and they did this with some other fights as well. It was very misleading the way the fights ended because obviously that fight goes a decision, right? And we know,
yeah.
Mark Kerr pretty much laid on you most of the fight, got a couple of strikes in here and there. The way it almost looks like in the film is that it almost like he finished you, which I was like, whoa, that's a bit misleading, like because that's not really how the fight went. And it definitely, I'll be interested to know if people have watched the film what they thought about that, because when I watched it, I was like, whoa, that's kind of, it's not saying it's a finish, but it almost looked like it because in the actual fight, you're looking like annoyed at your performance and the fact that you couldn't get your offense in, and you guys have like a moment where you exchange, and then there's a decision, and one judge scores it a draw, but the other two score it for Mark Kerr. Like, not the case in the film at all. It almost looks like because they have a moment where you were like face down. It almost looked like he got like a TKO or something.
Oh,
So that was, I was like, whoa, okay, that's a bit nuts. So I'm interested to see what you think of it when you see it. But yeah, has anyone
that'd
spoke to
be
you?
weird watching it now when you think about it, watching someone playing my character in there.
It'd be
You know,
weird.
the funny thing me and Sarah were talking about is I got not a single message on Facebook or Instagram or a single phone call about the fight. I guess now knowing that my part in there was so small, that's probably why. I don't think they contacted all those little parts that were in there. So I mean, I
Well,
thought my part would have been a little bigger, but yeah,
to be fair, I think so Igor Vochanchin's part in it is more than yours, and I haven't seen anybody talk about Igor or seen, any sort of mention because Usyk plays Igor, right? So you think there would be some sort of something there, and there's been nothing. So it's almost, you're right. It's they've really not reached out to people that are in the film, or like, I don't know. I haven't seen, other than Mark Kerr and Mark Coleman. I haven't really seen anything where, and you think they would, right? But
Yeah, well, I would wonder. Yeah, I wonder. I would think. I mean, I would think it would have been easy to get all the real fighters there. Especially for the premiere. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
have Mark Coleman go. Have all the real fighters go. Invite Vovachanchin there.
yeah.
I would think that would have been something interesting. Red carpet. When you go on the red carpet, you have the actual fighters walking through.
There's people there, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if just because one of the guys was me, I was hoping that they did that, or I just think as a fan point of view, that would have been interesting to see the actual fighters.
Yeah,
I don't know. You never know. Maybe that's coming in the future. Maybe that might come up later. Like, have a little expo on the mark. If it does really well, yeah, we'll see.
They have the Japan premiere.
Yeah, if you have the Japan premiere, maybe they'll
Yeah.
invite me there.
I
You
could
never
see-
know.
I could see maybe, like, if they do a premiere in Japan, they might do it differently, right? Where they actually have you, Akira Shoji, Satake, some of the other people that make an appearance in the film go, because that would make sense, right? But I don't know if are they doing a premiere in Japan?
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, weird.
They
Right?
should. It was actually a fight that was in Japan.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, people remember
that?
that.
Was huge in Japan. Too.
Yeah, Mark Kerr was huge in Japan, and it was in Pride, which is was the biggest promotion in the world.
That's where the fame is, right? For Mark. Like, Mark's more famous. Well, he was more famous in Japan than he is in the US. Maybe that's changed now
Yeah.
since this film, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Because I feel like, Ryzen booked Ryan Bader on the back of this film being released. Like, so I don't know when the release date is for in Japan.
Oh, maybe that's what they did.
It's gonna be interesting to see what you think of it. But
we're probably gonna have to do another episode after I see it. Then, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm interested to get
maybe me and Sarah can come in and talk about it.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it'd be cool if you guys maybe watch the documentary as well, and then watch the film, see what you think. But
you saw the documentary. We both saw the documentary, so we just have to see the movie now.
Yeah, I watched it years ago, and then I rewatched the doc probably a couple of weeks before I went to go see it.
Rewatch it.
Yeah, it's because it's a really good documentary.
You didn't. You should have done that bootleg. I used to buy these bootleg DVDs.
Yeah.
That people used to sell in Thailand, where these guys used to actually bring cameras in the theaters, and you could actually see guys getting up to go to the bathroom and walking in front of the movie like that.
I nearly whipped out my phone and thought, I'll film your part, but it was the one where I was kind of like, I want to watch this as well. So, yeah.
Well, you also don't want to get caught doing that, yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't many people in the cinema. There was.
The more of the story, they'll see that one guy putting on his phone.
True. Yeah.
You can't camouflage as well.
No, yeah, definitely not. But yeah, apparently it's not doing that well at the box office. But I never thought it was that type of film to be like a big box office film. I think it's more of a I mean, I know it's got the Rock.
I was contacted by somebody that was in the that's in the scene, the MMA, one of the MMA junkie guys.
Oh, cool.
And he told me that if you're an MMA fan, it was pretty cool because you know the Mark Kerr story.
Yeah.
He said, but if you know nothing about MMA or Mark Kerr, he kind of was like,
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, definitely agree with that because it's quite. I mean, the story is from a documentary, so when you're watching it from a documentary perspective, you get it. You're like this fly on the wall, but when you're not, it's not really like a typical story, I guess, for a film.
Did they dramatize or change anything to make it Hollywood, or did they pretty much just what the story was about, just about the documentary?
The only things I felt they did Oh, there is actually something with you they did differently, and I can't believe I forgot it, which I'll come on to. One of the things they dramatized was in the documentary. It's when Mark overdoses. It's his brother, or I think brother or friend, that comes to see him. But they cut that guy out and they made it Mark Coleman. So that was interesting. And then the thing with you, which was hilarious, and I'm going to ask you this question, but I know the answer to it. When Mark Kerr went on to the next round and fought Fujita, did you corner Fujita?
I didn't corner Fujita, and that, if they did, they had me corner Fujita. That's weird.
Yes, they did. I think you even pick up Fujita.
Wait, so you mean Ishii was cornering Fujita, but didn't say a word to Fujita like "go, gamare" or nothing?
I mean, maybe I don't.
I'm hoping I was because Ishii actually contacted me
Mhm.
and we're talking about it. He's telling me that opened up a lot of doors for him.
Great.
And but then I heard that damn he didn't have a speaking part, so I'm kind of like, oh damn, when you don't have a speaking part, you don't get the residuals, and you don't become a member of SAG. I mean, a lot of these big things doesn't happen if you don't speak. So I'm still trying to. I'm hoping that he, even if he says one word like "go" or "Fujita," he'll become a speaking part actor, and he'll be part of SAG, and he'll get residuals for every time the movie's shown throughout the world. So too bad, man. I heard he didn't have a speaking part, but
Maybe,
I mean,
maybe he
maybe.
said something. I don't know. Well,
Oh, hopefully he did.
but yeah, it just made me laugh, and I was like, I'm watching in the film, like, I know you didn't corner Vegeta. And then like I thought I'm gonna have to go and like check this anyway. And I went back and checked on the fight, and I was like, no, you definitely weren't there.
I
So
think they wanted to show that contingency with the Japanese fighters. Maybe I guess they considered me. Would they? Did they make me as a Japanese fighter? I guess yeah.
oh yeah, you totally like that was the other thing, right? It was you look like they put you in the gear that you were wearing. But you wouldn't have known that you're from Hawaii. Like, uh,
There were so I know. I think she sent me some pictures, but he was wearing YAMATODAMASHI stuff. Yeah, they made the.
yes. So he had
You
your
know,
gi on. Yeah, it even said Fokai on it, which was quite cool.
you
So
know
there
what's
was
funny about that though? You know what's real funny about that? You know when I acted on Red Belt
yes.
and I told them I wanted to wear the YAMATODAMASHI shirt.
Hmm.
They were real anal about the copyright, not copyright, but the rights to it. We don't want to get sued, so it's kind of like we got to get the right. We have to get the okay from the owner of the company, like that.
Oh,
And I told them it's my company, that's my T-shirt. So they're cool with it, and that's why they let me wear it. But
okay.
I mean, I noticed the pictures of Ishii is they kind of replicated the Yamato Damashi shirts, yeah.
It looked like it. Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of. I mean, I'm not like I'm like gonna sue him or anything or try and tell him, "Oh, you gotta pay me rights." But I thought maybe Hollywood's getting a little more lenient, but I thought they were really, really um you know real anal about making sure that there's no legal problems
Mm.
using certain products. Yeah, I mean even like they made sure that when the extras came in the arena, when they're filming the fight, it had extras sitting in the back. They made sure they didn't have any like brand name shirts or even holding like a Pepsi Cola cup or a cup that's not
Mm.
sponsored by the movie.
Yeah, it's
So
interesting.
when I saw the picture of Ishii like doing some of the shots, and I saw he was wearing a Yamato Damashi shirt, I was like, ooh. I thought it first. My first thought was, oh, cool, they're wearing Yamato Damashi.
Send
And
your
I
lawyer.
thought, oh wow, they didn't even contact me or say,
Yeah, the whole to
whatever.
be honest, that whole thing is a bit weird though, right? I do think that. I think they should have reached out to you. Um, given it you had, you know, pretty decent part in the doc, and you could have helped them with the making of it as well, right? But
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I probably had good opinions, but you know what I mean. I think all in all, is my part was probably so small that it wasn't like we got to reach out to this guy. He doesn't have a speaking part. He doesn't even like, you know. So I mean, hearing that my part was small is kind of like, oh, no wonder. That's why they probably didn't reach out to me, which
I
is
think
cool.
I think it's smaller than it is in the doc, but only by a little bit. Like the doc was quite a small part, but it's
Yeah.
still kind of. I think they captured your character a bit better in the doc than they do in the film. That's for sure. That's what I'd say.
Well, kind of interesting to see it.
Yeah, yeah,
Looking forward to seeing it.
yeah. Interesting times. Cool. Well, we better wrap this up because it's getting late where you are. So, anything else you wanna tell people watching this podcast?
Nope, that's it. Where everything's going good. The team's going to start kicking back into gear this week. You know, Mecca's actually gonna. He actually got hospitalized yesterday.
Ooh.
I'm thinking it's his liver, yeah, because when you get traumatized in any part of your body, the muscles all work in unison.
Mhm.
So his face got pretty severe swelling where it's the muscles all together, even the leg muscles, the arm muscles, the back muscles. If any part of the body is traumatized too hard, the muscles will release toxins, and those toxins damage the liver. So I think he was feeling really shitty. So he actually went in and they put him they're gonna keep him in the hospital with intravenous going for a week.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, so you know he's recovering. And we're having like a little team barbecue tomorrow.
Nice.
And unfortunately, Mecca probably won't be able to make it now. But
Oh,
you know, Koichi's coming, Masamune is coming, Boo's coming. So yeah, we're still gonna have it. It's gonna be a little smaller than we hoped for, but hey, you know, it's gonna be real nice. It's gonna be a nice. The weather's real nice now. It's not too hot. It's not too cold.
nice. Sounds good. Well,
All right,
enjoy the barbecue.
we'll do.
We'll keep our eyes peeled for when it's Smash Machine gets released in Japan. I'm sure we'll do another
Yep.
episode on it when you finally see it. But thanks everybody for watching, and we will speak again soon.
All right, right on. Thanks for watching. I'm still yet to see the Smashing Machine, so when I do, we're gonna make another episode. Anything else you guys want to hear, put in the comments and let us know. Right on.